Today I'm really excited because I'm going to get seeds for the flower farm. So I'm headed down to the new shop. It's close, it's just 2 miles away from our house, and we finally got the shop done and we've moved in. There's just a couple things we're still finishing up on the inside, but we were able to move the production space in and get it up and running for the busy season, which is super exciting and really important. So let's go pick out some flower seeds. I'm definitely going to have zinnias in the flower farm. They're some of my favorites. You get so many big, beautiful blooms. Some snapdragons as well. Sunflowers are always a beautiful focal flower. Marigolds are also really fun. This variety gets really tall and there is a ton of blooms. Another variety that I love are the Cosmos, and we have several varieties on this one. They grow really tall, they bloom all summer. Today I'm out in the flower farm, and as you can see, it is not ready for spring planting. Our rows have kind of fallen in, and we've definitely got some spring weeds coming up. And this is why I like to plan for my flower farm in the winter, because once spring hits, we're going to be busy, getting our rows formed and the beds ready, and then we'll start transplanting. So planning ahead really is key. Now, I've tried it without planning ahead and just putting seeds in the ground and transplanting a few things, but I found that that was not a very well thought out flower farm, and I really want to have lots of blooms for most of the season. It's really helpful to take inventory of your supplies ahead of time. I like to make sure I have plenty of heat mats, humidity domes, seed starting mix, and a list of the flowers I want to grow. One of the first things you should consider, and I consider, is why am I growing the flowers? What is the goal? For me, my goal is personally to have a lot of beautiful flowers, to take bouquets and vases to friends. It's something I do as a service, it's kind of a pick-me-up if somebody's having a hard time. And I love to bring in the pollinators into the yard. So the more flowers, the better. I also just really enjoy it. If you are growing to sell at farmers markets, it's important to have that goal and to know how many flowers you're going to need and what is your goal for how many bouquets you're going to offer during the growing season. Flowers can also be a great way to bring in some income if you want to sell bouquets. It's really going to help you to take a look at where you're going to grow your flowers. When we set up this flower farm, we picked an area that was full sun, except for that little corner over there. Gets a little bit of shade from the trees, but it's only for a couple of hours. Everything else is full sun. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of sunlight for your flowers to grow. And based on the size of garden that you are going to grow, you're going to want to decide on if you want, shorter flowers, if you want tall flowers. I like to use the flowers that are 14 inches or less tall for borders and use those in other places in the garden. I like to use the tall flowers because they work really well in bouquets and vases. This is how I actually plan out my flower farm. I print off this chart every year, and then I use a pencil and I write in what I want to grow and which rows. So you can see I have 9 rows and I have a trellis here. And also I plan in space for succession planting. And this really helps me as I make a list of the flower seeds that I need for the garden. Not only are we planning when to start our seeds, but we also want to plan on the bloom time of the flowers that we're planting so that we know approximately when they're going to bloom and be ready to cut and make arrangements. This will help you have continuous blooms throughout the summer. We have a really cool tool on our website at sowrightseeds.com. It's called the Planting Planner. You can go to this tool on our website, enter in your zip code, and it will give you the dates to start your flowers, and it's usually a range within a week or two. It'll give you a spring tab, a fall tab, and an indoor start date and an outdoor start date. And this tool is really helpful because it helps you plan your garden easily. And there's a lot of varieties here that I'm going to start the 3rd week in April. Another important thing to consider is, are you going to direct sow seeds or are you going to start them in the grow station ahead of time? And I actually do both. I can wait until the middle of April, 1st of May to direct sow out in the garden when the soil is warm. And the varieties that work well to direct sow are sunflowers, cosmos, zinnias, marigolds, those workhorse varieties that you can just plant in the soil and they'll take off growing. So those varieties do great. I wait until it's warm and direct sow them. There's some varieties that need a little bit more of a head start that we're going to plant earlier, like in March and April in the grow station, so that they're ready to transplant outside by the 1st of May. So one thing that I am going to do this year, which I have done in the past that works well, is to succession plant. So I'm actually going to plant about the first 2/3 of the garden in the spring, and then I'm going to leave some space to come back about 3 to 4 weeks later and plant. And what that will do, will allow me to have continuous blooms throughout the summer and even into the fall. And one year when I planted late, I had the most gorgeous fall flowers. And so I wanted to make sure I always leave room for a later crop. And that can be really hard for me in the spring. I want to fill every space right away because I'm excited, it's spring, I want to get the flowers growing. But having all those fresh flowers in the fall was so beautiful, I decided I'm definitely going to leave the last 1/3 of the garden for some later blooms. Planning ahead for your flower garden or flower farm will make it so much easier on you and less stressful. I've tried it the other way, and trust me, the planning really makes a big difference. And stay tuned because we have some more videos coming. We're going to show prepping the flower farm and transplanting, and then the flowers in full bloom. It's going to be so exciting, and I can't wait to share it with you. Be sure to comment the flowers that you're excited to grow. I love to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to follow along for more.